Barbara Stanwyck was 50 years old when she made Crime of Passion, 8 years older than her co-star Sterling Hayden. And although ads for the movie provocatively displayed her in a negligee reaching for a gun, by the end of the 1950s, she had reached her last bankable day as a movie star. She was, of course, joined in this boat by other aging legends like Bette Davis and Joan Crawford. But unlike them, Stanwyck refused to turn to horror movies to keep herself on the big screen. Instead, she moved to television, first with her own series, The Barbara Stanwyck Show, and then as Victoria Barkley on The Big Valley, the role for which she may now be most recognized. That show was created specifically for Stanwyck by Hollywood screenwriter Buzz Bazarides, who'd scripted numerous classic noirs like Thieves Highway, On Dangerous Ground, and Kiss Me Deadly. Buzz couldn't stand seeing the aging Stanwyck, whom he hugely admired, being offered roles so far beneath her stature. So he created and sold a TV show based around the fierce matriarch of a California ranching family, a role that fit Stanwyck like a leather glove. It's essentially the same character she played in Sam Fuller's fantastic Western, 40 Guns. The Big Valley provided Stanwyck not only financial security, but dignity, something that not every aging actress gets in her final act. Crime of Passion's director, Gerd Oswald, was a German emigre who rarely gets a tumble when critics talk about the wave of European refugees who washed up in Hollywood after fleeing the Nazis. Oswald was a bit younger and less voluble than transplants like Fritz Lang and Otto Preminger. He was content to work as an assistant director at the studios during the 40s, graduating to features in the mid-50s. That's when he made a few notable late-era noirs, such as A Kiss Before Dying, which gave Robert Wagner his best early role, and Screaming Mimi, which took full advantage of Swedish import Anita Ekberg's curvaceous sex appeal. But this was the late 50s, so Oswald's style was noir light, a less shadowy and sinister look than we'd seen 10 years earlier. One reason for it is that by the mid-50s, studios knew their films would be sold to television, and TVs of that time couldn't translate the inky shadows of noir to a small screen. Cameramen were instructed, literally, to lighten up. Although he'd make several more feature films, it was in television that Oswald really made his mark, directing many episodes of Perry Mason and The Outer Limits. He deserves to be known for this work as much as for the insanely weird Agent for Harm, a 1965 spy spoof that's become something of a camp classic. Next time in Noir Alley, we'll be trapped on a boat with a bunch of spies in the middle of the Black Sea, and it's anyone's guess who's at the helm. Until then, see you in the shadows.